Hello, this is Susan Woods, your Black Lives Matter fraud investigator. Thank you so much for your time. I'm not a Candace Owens fan. I don't subscribe to her platforms. But last year, I applauded her on her efforts to uncover the fraud committed by Patrice Concoulers, former executive director and board member of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. Candace and her team created a full documentary entitled The Greatest Lie Ever Told. And I was so happy because she had such a huge platform that I thought it would lead to some investigations into the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. Whether it has or not, I don't know. But I was happy because I do admire Candace Owens for her success. She seems to be a very smart person, a very beautiful person, a young Black successful woman, and I applaud her for that. But like I said, I'm not a fan because of some of the ways in which she shares information. Today, I was scrolling through her platform just to see what she had to say about some issues that have been popular in the media lately. And I came across a video that she had posted entitled The Top 5 Female Grifters. And I said, okay, this looks interesting. So I clicked on it, and she had profiled Patrice Concoulers as one of the top 5 female grifters. And of course, when she said she was going to talk about her, I perked up because I said, okay, what does she have to say about her? And everything she said about Patrice Concoulers was true. But one thing she said about herself that Candace said about Candace was not true. So I'm going to let you listen to the video and see if you can determine what she said was false. Just one moment, please, as I pause and go to the video. Her statement really stunned me, and I was surprised because Candace is always saying that she believes in the truth. She's a truth teller. And I was surprised that she would say something that was so untrue. So I'm going to play the video and let you see if you believe what I believe, if you believe that she is not telling the truth. So I'm going to play the video, and I'm going to pick up on where she started talking about Patrice Concoulers. Just one moment.
Next up, also, we got to give it to our girl, Patrice Cullors, because she's making the Kim Klacik money look like baby money. Patrice Cullors and Black Lives Matter, $90 million almost what they raised after George Floyd, and then nobody asked, hey, where's all that money going? But then I asked because I was very interested in that very obvious grift, and I was called a liar, and I was called a grifter for calling out the grifters. That's what always happens, by the way. If you have the courage to say, no, this is a grift, and they go, no, you can't say that because this person's Black and you're fighting racism.
I never know, and we never know, if law enforcement is going to be held accountable.
Patrice Cullors Black and she's fighting racism. That's what people were saying. And that's how they sounded to me, because I was like, no, this is a grift. This is absolutely a grift. And here's the thing about me. I just don't like liars, right? I don't care what you do in your life. Just don't lie, right? And you cannot raise money off of lies. I think there's a theme here of things that just earn my scorn. And so Patrice Cullors, I came for her with a whole documentary with the receipts, and we haven't heard much about her since. I do believe that the BLM grift has ended. I don't want to say that too soon. Even though there's still people that are trying to stoke racial fires, people are not so quick cutting those checks for BLM since I exposed her grift of buying herself mansions and her little trans boyfriend wife thing that she's got up in Canada, getting another mansion, and how they just hide all of the money through all of these ridiculous charities, and how much money went to trans organizations.
Today, when many people think about the BLM co-founder, they think about accusations that she used BLM money as a personal piggy bank.
Yeah, goodbye. Next up on my list, Alyssa Milano. This woman has...
Okay, so I'm gonna pause here because I wanted to just focus in on her segment on Patrice Concoulers and how she exploited the Black Lives Matter movement to benefit herself and the people who were close to her. So I'm going to go back now and let's talk about the question that I posed in the beginning. The name of the video that I shared is Candace Owens the only Black Lives Matter fraud investigator? The answer to that question is no, she is not. Now, I realize Candace Owens does not know who I am. I am nobody to her. She does not even know I exist in the world. But I found it pretty interesting that she would take full credit for investigating the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, particularly Patrice Concoulers. And I was thinking, does she not believe anybody else in the world would find the fraud interesting enough to investigate? I mean, she stated nobody asked where all that money goes, where all that money is going, excuse me. Yes, Ms. Owens, I've been asking that question since June of 2020. 3 years ago, I started asking the question. You started asking the question probably last year. So don't feel like you're the only person who has been asking about the money. Also, I agree with you wholeheartedly with everything that you said about Patrice Concoulers. I agree that the Black Lives Matter revenue stream is drying up. The Pew Research Foundation supports that statement, that support for the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation and Black Lives Matter movement altogether, the support is decreasing significantly. So I agree with that. That's true. And you're saying that you exposed the hypocrisy. Yes, you did, but you're not the only person. That's the point I'm trying to make, because you said you believe in telling the truth. Just be honest, just tell the truth. Well, I'm asking you, just tell the truth. Give other people credit for the research that we have done into this matter as well. Now, I can relate to what you're saying and empathize to what you're saying about Black people talking about us, Black people, criticizing the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, because like I always said, I've been called everything in the book. I've been called a sellout. I've been called everything for shining a light on the fraud. But in my opinion, the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation and Patrice Concoulers, under the leadership of Patrice Concoulers, committed the greatest fraud against the Black community in modern history. And I'm going to say something that's going to be perhaps shocking, but this is what I believe is the real reason that this is not investigated by the FBI, by this IRS, particularly the IRS, because they are exploiting the 501c3 status for financial gain, by legislators, by anybody that's in a position to make a difference. I believe it's because it's Black. It's a Black crime. It's a Black on Black crime. I personally believe that. Had this been a crime with any other race, Black people against any other race, it would have been investigated thoroughly. You can believe that. But because the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation and Patrice Concoulers defrauded the Black community in general, nobody cares that are in position to do something about it. It would take forensic level accountants to track all of this money that's been dispersed, like you said, Ms. Owens, among various charities to hide the money. That's what it would take. And people are not going to, I don't believe, I hope they will, but I don't believe they're going to invest the time and money necessary to get to the bottom of this and thereby ultimately charge Patrice Concoulas and all of her lieutenants with fraud. This is fraud against the IRS, against the Department of the Treasury. $90 million has now dwindled down to $8 million the last time I checked. $8 million. So what happened to $82 million between June 2020 pretty much and today, July 2023, in 3 years? Where's the money? I've been asking that same question. So the answer to this question is Candace Owens the only Black Lives Matter fraud investigator? No. There are many of us working hard to try to get the answers to the question, the simple question, where is the money? Thank you so much for your time and have a great day.